KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators receive 20% off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
After 3 decades of substandard housing without basic utilities, senators discuss an avenue for infrastructure for Chamorro Land Trust properties. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with more from Session Floor.
Plus, a gruesome murder case that authorities say was drug-related is tossed. Now justice for the victim, an Army veteran, is up in the air.
Final touches are made on the grandstand for the Sinamai's Liberation Day Parade here on Saipan tomorrow. I'm Tomas Manglonia with the full report coming up.
Hafid and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day.
We begin with a fentanyl scare down at the Tumon Police Precinct, leading to first responders rushing a woman there to the hospital while she was in their custody.
This all unfolding early Wednesday morning after Guam police officers pulled over a car in Tamuning. KUAM has learned that 3 people were taken into custody, officers finding what they believed was about 6 grams of meth on one of them. While at the precinct in Tumon, the woman who allegedly had the drugs on her was later found unresponsive and convulsing inside the interview room. Medics with the Guam Fire Department responded, first responders also administering a couple doses of Narcan before taking her to the Guam Memorial Hospital. Her condition has not yet been released.
The names of those 3 taken into custody has not yet been made public for now. Investigators testing the drugs, confirming it to be fentanyl. The situation forcing officers at the precinct to take precautions and self-monitor for potential exposure to the drug. As KUM reported, there were 5 fentanyl-related deaths on Guam in the past 2 years, with 3 of them just this year. A murder of an Army veteran that police say was a result of a drug deal gone wrong hits a snag in local court. A Superior Court judge dismissing the charges against murder defendants Cynthia Kanata and Jordan Babauta.
The pair were among a handful arrested in connection to the killing of Army veteran Jason Siswico. Prosecutors telling the court they need to toss the charges for now. This after the previous prosecuting attorney was disqualified and electronic evidence from the investigation was apparently corrupted. The prosecutor admitting in the court the murder case is complex and the Attorney General's office is dealing with a significant shortage in attorneys. Judge Arthur Barcinas dismissing without prejudice against Kanata and Babauta, meaning the AG's office could refile them in court. The same outcome happened Monday for co-defendants Brandon Chandler and Jason Manabusan. The pair were released from prison. The dismissal was granted on the heels of a jury being selected for trial. Co-defendant Gregory Reese is being tried separately. No word what prosecutors plan to do next with the case.
As KUM reported, it was January of 2023 when Siswico's body was found badly decomposed in a jungle area off Route 15 in Jigo. Kanata allegedly then telling authorities she was planning to leave Guam because of her involvement in the homicide. Investigators learning Kanata allegedly lured Siswico to her home in Pague, Manilao to smoke meth. The informant allegedly saying Kanata admitted to bringing him there for a, quote, beat down to retaliate in connection to an apparent drug deal gone wrong. Siswico died from blunt force trauma.
A 36-year-old man accused of being in a sexual relationship with a teenage girl denied the allegations filed against him in local court. Zachary B. Yo Fakog pleaded not guilty to possession of child pornography. Court documents state Guam police officers found a video on his cell phone of him with the 16-year-old girl. He allegedly admitted to police that he recorded them having sex.
The Attorney General's office has been disqualified from arguing the case against former Department of Public Health Director Art San Augustine and Health Inspector Masatomo Nadeau. In his decision, Superior Court Judge John Chalahi stating a special prosecutor be appointed within 30 days, or he says the charges could be dismissed entirely. As KUM reported, prosecutors allege the duo were aware of certain Guam Department of Education schools being given a passing health inspection grade for inspections they allege never occurred. Defense, who called for the AG to be disqualified due to a conflict, maintains they are innocent of the charges.
Former baseball star John Hattick Jr. may have admitted publicly to making a mistake in his illegal drug and weapons possession case. Now Hattick is hoping to have the case tossed completely, contending vindictive prosecution and prosecutorial misconduct. Defense attorney Peter Santos filed the motion in Superior Court on Monday. A hearing has not yet been scheduled. As KUAM reported, Hattick was arrested in July 2021 after authorities spotted him intimating with a firearm 3 baggies of meth, Xanax pills, and a scale.
A drug dealer who was stopped by the feds before he could sell meth on our streets admits guilt in the District Court of KUAM. Franklin John Salas pleaded guilty to attempted possession with intent to distribute 50 grams or more of meth. The investigation unfolding back in January when the feds intercepted a package in the mail that had more than 1,000 grams of the drug. Authorities tracking the package to a home in Jigo. Salas allegedly admitting he previously received meth using the Postal Service. Sentencing for him set for October 11th. Senators mulling over a measure Wednesday that would give Chamorro Land Trust property residents an avenue to infrastructure to finally build their homes.
And as one lawmaker put it, Tadset Hanum, Tadset Sewage, Tadset Electricidad. Many of them have been waiting without basic utilities as long as nearly 30 years since applications first opened up in 1995. Mitsuki Hirayama reports.
From a sea of applicants still waiting for a lease, unpaid leases, questionable commercial deals, an investigation by the Attorney General, and a federal lawsuit, the Chamorro Land Trust Commission has faced their share of controversy throughout the years.
They truly are fixing the plane while flying it.
But topping the multitude of concerns today, even those who were able to get a lease nearly 30 years ago still haven't been able to build their homes.
These lands do not have infrastructure, and we can issue all the leases we want, but if we don't put infrastructure, make infrastructure available to these properties, they will sit idle, or our people will live in substandard conditions.
Speaker Therese Terlahi's Bill 288, which would expand CLTC efforts to provide that infrastructure, was up for discussion during session Wednesday. The bill seeks to authorize the CLTC to secure infrastructure funding through the USDA's Substantially Underserved Trust Area, or SUTA initiative, utilizing proceeds from the Chamorro Land Trust Survey and Infrastructure Fund. The measure getting support from senators.
It's kind of inconceivable that we would issue these leases without at least the basics.
Tadset Hanum, Tadset Sewer, Tadset Water, Electricidad.
They have been waiting for years.
Though some, like Senators Joanne Brown and Roy Kinata, also pointing their finger to CLTC management.
The list is long of abuse at the Chamorro Land Trust. People too busy, like I said, their hands are all over the cookie jar. And they're not ensuring that these resources are going out to the very people they were intended to serve.
I'm very much an advocate for Chamorro Land Trust, but there are a lot of questionable operations and leases out there.
Lawmakers also discussed Terlahi's Bill 246, which would allow the CLTC to process the next lease applicant when an applicant is unable to provide sufficient proof. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
30 days until primary election day, KUAM is your one-stop for all your Decision 2024 election news for Guam and the CNMI.
Tonight we have more senatorial candidates speaking to the voters. Watch a new episode of The Hub on tonight following KUAM News Primetime. This week we had scheduled under the Democratic ticket incumbent Roy Kinata and newcomer Angela Santos, along with Republican incumbent Jesse Lujan. The three, however, confirmed they were not able to make it due to various reasons. So sitting down with us to take your questions will be Republican incumbent Tom Fisher and newcomer Shelley Calvo. The Hub premieres immediately following primetime. Well, cracks begin to show within the Democratic Party about the future of President Biden's re-election. Texas Congressman Lloyd Doggett became the first Democrat to call for the president to withdraw from the ticket following last week's disastrous debate.
The Biden-Harris ticket has painted Donald Trump as a fundamental threat to American democracy, a threat that the vice president says is even more profound after the Supreme Court's presidential immunity decision. CBS's Weijia Zhang has more from the White House.
Tonight, as President Biden takes aim at Donald Trump over climate change.
My predecessor and the MAGA Republicans in Congress are trying to undo all this progress.
Members of his own party are targeting his re-election campaign. Texas Representative Lloyd Doggett is the first Democratic member of Congress to publicly call for Biden to step down following his debate performance.
We must have the strongest possible candidate, and I don't believe that's Joe Biden. We can provide a candidate who is a genuine new alternative to the criminality of Donald Trump.
The Biden campaign says it raised $127 million in June and insists Biden's support among voters has not changed. But Congresswoman Angie Craig is not convinced.
I'm talking to a number of my colleagues in the Congress right now, and I think we need to let the president think about whether he wants to continue moving forward.
Another House Democrat tells CBS News a large group of lawmakers are hoping he will make the right decision to transition out and find the candidate to do this, as constituents blast them with questions about Biden.
And,
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said this about Biden's health.
He has a bad night. Now, again, I think it's a legitimate question to say, is this an episode or is this a condition?
In response, the White House said the president had a cold and a bad night.
Was he taking any medication that would have interfered with his performance?
He was not taking any cold medication.
After the debate, did the president get examined by a doctor or did he get a neurological scan?
Just to take a step back, it was a bad night. We understand that it was a bad night.
A top Biden aide tells CBS News that President Biden has not received a neurological exam or a scan since the debate because his doctors did not believe he needed one. And the White House is trying to stress that Biden can handle the job, announcing a flurry of events, including travel to Wisconsin and Pennsylvania in the coming days. He is holding a press conference next week and speaking with Democratic governors on Wednesday morning. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, the White House.
80 years since Guam was liberated, the festivities roll out this weekend.
Plus, a celebration on the military base is open to the public tomorrow for America's birthday.
Welcome to Kmart, your 24-hour superstore since 1995. Always there for you day or night. At Kmart, we're committed to offering you an extensive selection of products at prices you won't find anywhere else. From the essential to the exceptional, our aisles are alive with possibility. Bloom with confidence, style, and savings this spring. Discover stylish clothing that fits your budget without compromising on quality. From trendy pieces to timeless classics, find the perfect look for every member of your family without spending a fortune. Then pamper yourself with our selection of essentials from nourishing shampoos to rejuvenating beauty products and soaps. And let imagination soar with our selection of toys and games for kids of all ages. At Kmart, experience the thrill of discovery as you explore our aisles, filled with a variety of quality products that cater to your every need. From groceries to home goods to outdoor essentials, we are the ultimate one-stop shop. Dive into an unparalleled shopping experience where quality, variety, and savings await at every turn. Shop smart, save big at Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
Introducing GTA Fiber. We're bringing our fiber connection from the neighborhood all the way to your home. Now you can get lightning-fast speed of up to 1 gig and take your streaming, downloading, or gaming to the next level. Plus, you get our next-gen Plume Wi-Fi, so you can experience all that speed throughout your home, built on Guam's most reliable network. Visit gta.net to see if fiber is available in your area. GTA Fiber. Nothing beats fiber.
Want a real taste of New York? The classic New York-style pizza offers a big, bold taste that's a Guam favorite. It's handmade with 16 inches of foldable crust, a sweet marinara sauce, and your favorite topping. And at 30% larger than our large, classic New York pizza is only $12.99 for carryout. Bring together your family and friends for a classic New York pizza party. Each pizza is just $12.99 for carryout. Classic New York-style pizza, so close you can taste it. Only at your Island Pizza Hut.
Get your canopies, your tables, and chairs ready. It's time to make those plans to set up at the parade route along Marine Corps Drive.
Liberation Day is only 2.5 weeks away, and Guam's 80th Liberation Day festivities will start this weekend as mayors finalize plans for the parade. KUAM intern Katie Azon has more.
It's time. As Guam 80th Liberation Day festivities roll in, community members can expect an exciting next couple of weeks. The festivities are set to kick off with the Queen's coronation happening this Sunday, July 7th, at the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa. The Guam Mayor's Council meeting Wednesday morning in preparation for Liberation Day, hashing out parade details. During the meeting, mayors discussed the parade lineup, determining where the Royal Court and Village floats will be stationed. Sinahanya Mayor Robert Hoffman shares the plan for the order of more than 40 entries.
The idea is the marching, the military, village, all the villages, whether it's float or whatever entry, the government of Guam, and then that section the parade ends or stops, and then it's the other marching groups, civic groups, businesses, and everything, and that's the last.
The Queen and Royal Court will follow directly after the government of Guam, with PT Mayor Jesse Allig stating that 4 villages.
We're going to do order of Royal Court and then alphabetical. So
Malesu and Sinahanya are the only 2 villages that will not be having an entry this year. Other than the iconic parade, the rest of the month will feature a variety of events. The Guam Museum will be hosting a World War II virtual experience on the 17th until the 21st. Liberation Mass and a unified memorial will be held on the 19th, with a static display memorial lighting up the Plaza de España every night beginning the same day and end on Liberation Day. And you can also join in the fun at the Liberation Block Party happening at Chamorro Village on the 20th and 21st from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. The 80th Liberation Parade will be preceded by a 5K and mile race starting at 6 in the morning on the 21st. For the full list of Liberation events, visit KUAM.com. Katie Azon reporting for KUAM News.
Thanks, Katie. Well, the stage is set for the CNMI's 78th Liberation Day Parade on July 4th.
Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnia has more in this next report.
2024 Liberation Day Queen. Please put your hands together for Zeta Hokuk Manglotnia from the beautiful island of Rona.
The Royal Court is set for the July 4th parade as the NMI marks its 78th Liberation Day. The parade along Beach Road begins at 10 a.m. This year's theme:
honoring the memories from the past with moments of today.
Join us to celebrate the 78th liberation of our grandparents, great-grandparents, that were liberated back 78 years ago from the Camp Susupi.
The grandstand in Garapan is ready. It was built by the Department of Corrections Outreach and Logistics participants. The Manamco Center is also preparing to join the parade, which will feature 55 groups, including 11 floats.
I think this year's theme is very important for them because it has something to do with memories from the past. They're right now, they're seniors. They're older than us. They know everything from the past. So it'd be really important for them, and it's a memorable one for them.
Guam Governor Lulian Guerrero is expected to be among the dignitaries watching. The Guam Army National Guard Band will also join the celebration.
My first time in the Liberation Parade. However, our band marched in the parade a few years ago.
Since then, our recruiting efforts have grown to around 75
individuals from the CNMI, and we're proud that this year we'll be showcasing around 45 of them during the Liberation Parade.
The band includes 2 Saipan sons who last visited in 2019.
I feel very proud to be serving Saipan again during Liberation Parade, and I'm happy to see familiar faces.
Honored to be back home to give back to the community of where I was born and raised.
Tomas Manglona, KUAM News, Saipan.
Tomorrow is the 4th of July, America's birthday, and guess what? You're invited to the ultimate birthday party.
KUAM chatting with the organizer of this year's Freedom Rocks Festival on Naval Base Guam ahead of the big day.
Red, white, and blue, may the 4th be with you. The 4th of July, that is. Whether you're a service member or a patriot, all are invited to a birthday party fit for America at Naval Base Guam for this year's Freedom Rocks Festival.
And the biggest goal is to make it feel like you've come home. Like this is everybody's place to have a great time, relax, and enjoy all of the festivities that are going out there.
Jill Shepard, Community Recreational Director at Naval Base Guam, curating an unforgettable Independence Day celebration on Polaris Point.
It's got a lot of heart and soul in it, and I want it to be the best that anybody has ever had here on Guam so far.
The festival rolling out an impressive lineup with local bands like Precious Metal and Pop Rocks and Soda set to take the stage, as foodies and families alike can enjoy food trucks, games, and more. And of course, for thrill seekers, the 4th of July classic, fireworks.
So we've got Jams Media coming out and doing our 10-minute fireworks show for us, which will be awesome. I think last year we had 8 minutes, so every year we get a little better.
It all goes down this Thursday, July 4th at Polaris Point. Gates will open for those with base access at 2 p.m. Those without access will be welcomed at 3 p.m. No military ID or visitor pass is required. For more details, visit KUAM.com.
The Guam Art Exhibit in Tumon wrapped up Sunday, but GACS officials decided to host an encore day to allow more in the community to check out the paintings, sculptures, and photography and more from local artists.
GACS now is having a July 4th encore event from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It all happens tomorrow at the Dusit Place next to IHOP in Tumon. This year's exhibit will pay homage to the great community of artists that set the foundation for GACS while paving the way for new and emerging creatives. Event planners say food trucks will also be available for
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a view captured in Saipan of Sugar King Park.
Whatever it was, when I needed help, I had a community and I had people who had my back. And so I want to continue building that kind of place for our kids here on Guam. Guam is my lifelong home. It really, truly is. Everything that I have done throughout my entire career as a young person has been in service to the people of Guam. But I feel a true, strong calling to serve our people in this capacity, to go to Congress and fight for everything that is due to our people, to ensure that we have parity, to ensure that we have true protection for our island, of all the things that make Guam good, that make Guam unique, our culture, our environment, our ocean, our land, everything that makes Guam Guam.
Shelley Calvo, successful entrepreneur, philanthropist, proud mother and grandmother. Shelley's broad experience spans from Silicon Valley management to chairing Guam's Homeless Coalition. As our senator, Shelley will create career opportunities for our next generation, pull people out of poverty, and will vigorously protect Guam's children from predators. Shelley is equal parts passion and compassion. If bringing values and unity to the legislature is important to you, please vote Shelley Calvo for senator.
I'm Shelley Calvo, and I approve this message. You know, life shouldn't be this hard for those who live here. I have a vision for lower prices on airfare, more affordable housing, better health care, and moving veteran services from Hawaii to Guam. I will get Guam a role in the economic expansion in the Asian Pacific, with more federal support for infrastructure, a 100% screen to stop illegal drugs, and new high-paying jobs. We can turn Guam's unique position into lasting prosperity. I'm Ginger Cruz. I approve this ad, and I humbly ask for your vote.
There's nothing I love more than being a farmer. Every day, I get to care for my sheep and feel connected to the land. Believe it or not, I think it makes me better at my other job, managing Bank of Hawaii's branches in Hilo. Because like farming, banking is all about caring for the needs of customers and businesses in our local community so they can grow and reach their fullest potential. I'm Steven Sylvester, and I'm proud to work for a company that gave a farmer like me the chance to make a difference in my community.
This is a bag, but for Steve, this bag gives him food cred. Because now everyone knows that when they have that craving, or they're just looking for the perfect deal, well, they just need to follow Steve.
Follow him all the way to the new McTerry Deluxe at McDonald's. It's an all-beef patty smothered with teriyaki sauce topped with lettuce and tomato on a sesame seed bun. For a limited time, price and participation may vary.
Docomo Pacific is on a mission. Whether you're a small business or a large enterprise, we believe fast internet's no longer just an option, it's a necessity. That's why we're committed to bringing fiber to everyone. As your business needs expand, we're working to bridge the digital divide by making strong, swift connections scalable to any business, ensuring you have the connectivity required and then some. Building for tomorrow's needs today. Fiber for everyone. Docomo Pacific Business.
Okay, we are getting ready for Independence Day, everybody. We hope you celebrate safely. Hope you all have a good time. Let's celebrate independence. But first, mark your calendars because on the 27th, been telling you about this for a couple weeks now, it is going to be Micronesian Music Festival down at the Valley of the Lati in Talafofo. Good people, good event. making amazing, amazing music. Look at this lineup. They're adding more musicians as we speak. Make sure to register. Check it out. It's going to be awesome. From July the 6th, that is this weekend, until August 20th. That's a ways off, but make time to check out the solar art show of Gerald Dwayne Castro, Ikayatati, A Long Way Back. It's going to be held at the Lee's Regis Gallery on the second floor of the Tuman Sands Plaza. Absolutely amazing. The strength and resilience of the Chamorro people on full display. And up in the CNMI, they are having the public school system free lunch program. It's a discussion from kids 18 years old and younger from now to August 2nd from 11 in the morning until noontime. You got to call to find out for more. All right. Happy 4th, everybody. Once again, please be safe. We'll see you on Thursday.
It's time now for birthday wishes.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
Happy birthday to someone very, very near and dear to our heart. Everyone in Team KUAM loves Joe Guerrero. This guy has been around for a very long time. He is the nicest, most generous guy you are ever going to meet. And I mean that. I'm staking my reputation on that. Joe is nice to every single department here at Camp Happy here in Harmon, everything like that. We all really value his friendship, his laughs, the cake he brings for no reason at all. And Joe, we're giving you a cake today because it's your birthday, and we hope you have a good one, brother. And Makai Hernandez, happy birthday number 10 to you from the southern village of Haggett. We hope you are celebrating with family and friends on this 3rd of July. Also, happy birthday to Liam Laguatnia. We love you, say your family and friends. So it's a great day for a birthday. And Joe, Makai, and Liam, today is yours, and we hope you all have a beautiful one.
Mr. Joe.
Mr. Joe, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Joe, Mr. Master Control, Mr. Baba
Mr.
Giniwani.
Gift giver.
Yeah,
Half of the things
he's
on
like
my
the
desk
secret
is from
Santa
him.
all year long, right?
Truly.
So whenever we find new things in the newsroom, the question is always, who did this? Do you have to ask?
Joe.
Give it to Joe. So if you see Joe Guerrero out there, give him all the wishes and happy
Yes.
birthday and love that he deserves.
Definitely.
And happy birthday to all of you celebrating out there today. That's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Have a safe evening and stay beautiful.
Imagine this, your loved one goes out to get groceries and on their way to their car is violently attacked and robbed. The criminal is eventually captured, but the time they end up serving in prison is far less than the lifetime of trauma your loved one will have to face. There's one way you can get involved though in making the island safer and making sure justice is truly served. Register to vote and show up to the polls to pick Guam's leaders, period. Hafa and welcome to the Hub. I'm Nick Delgado. 25 candidates are running to be your senator in the 38th Guam legislature. Only 15 will make it to lead. Their fates rest with you, the voters. We continue these next few weeks leading up to the primary by hearing from those candidates. So tonight we've got on we did have on the Democrat ballot incumbent Roy Kanata, who at the last minute was unable to make it, along with newcomer Angela Santos, who was confirmed to join us today, but she is not here today. So, under the Republican ballot, we have incumbent Tom Fisher, Hafa Day, Senator.
Hafa Day, Nick. And Hafa Day to everyone listening.
And newcomer Shelly Calvo. Hafa Day, Shelly.
Hafa Day, Nick. Hafa Day, everyone. The team here in KUAM. Hafa Day to all the televiewers. Hafa Day to all of you.
Hafa Day. Incumbent Jesse Lujan also scheduled to join us tonight as well, but is unable to due to a scheduling conflict. So let's get to it. For this first round, each of you, the candidates, will be getting 60 seconds each to speak to the voters. Tell them a little bit about each of you. But first, a police search is underway for suspects who are targeting local public schools. Authorities say that the authorities are asking the community for help. In total, 4 public schools were broken into last week, including Finagatan Elementary, Maritzo, Talafofo Elementary, and George Washington High School. This issue seems to surface quite frequently whenever students are out of class. Now, I want to get each of your feedback, your comments, and I'll give you about 10 seconds each to respond. I'll let you decide who wants to go first.
What is the question?
Your response to that issue of school break-ins.
We need to instill to our youth all these good behaviors. We have to also, wherever the schools are, we need to engage the community around the schools and make sure that they are vigilant in looking after their school, because this is part of our community. So all of us have a responsibility to care for whatever structure we have here. So I think we all have to come together and watch over our school system.
Thank you, Shelley. Senator?
Thank you. I agree with everything Shelley said. And I like the last part. We all have to come together to take care of this. We have to come together as a community. But when you were giving us that laundry list of people who got broken into, I'm wondering, did they catch the people?
No, they haven't.
No? In all these schools, was it one after another? Or?
Correct. Well, thank you, Senator. That's your time for that. I appreciate
sorry.
it. Well, that was our icebreaker. Real quick.
Yes.
Snappy. Now to the introduction. Each of you, again, getting 60 seconds here to talk to the voters. And we'll start with you, Senator Fisher.
Okay, do you have a clock?
Go for it.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll tell you something about myself. I'm going in for my second term, hopefully, if the people elect me. And I think that I know that if I'm going to ask for another term, that I have to explain to the people of Guam why they should elect me. They need to know what I stand for. What I stand for is, as a political issue and as a philosophy, I believe that people have the right to integrity in their own body. So I very much support and will work very hard to get the legislature to approve, whether it's through the legislative action or through a referendum, to get reproductive health on the ballot and solidified. That's extremely important to me. Other issues are arising as this term unfolds, including issues of maternal mortality, which is catastrophic on Guam. So the legislature, and I'm working with Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes on this one and others. I know my time's up.
That's your time, Senator.
That's what I'm standing.
Thank you for that. Shelley, your minute.
Half a day. My name is Shelley Calvo, and I'm a senatorial candidate for the 38th legislature. I am a very proud Guamanian. I am a devoted wife, mother, and grandmother. I have worked in Silicon Valley prior to Guam, and I have built over 2 dozens businesses. I have founded them and operated them. In the last couple of decades, I have focused my energy in building businesses that have a profound impact to communities. At the moment, I'm actually a water concessionaire and a manufacturer for water pipe. So what we do is we lay miles and miles of water pipe to communities that are underserved, and we provide clean water to them. What I offer is 34 years of professional and business experience and expertise.
Thank you. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Senator Fisher, both for that introduction.
Yes, sir.
Your Decision 2024 election show continues with more questions for the candidates after this break. You're watching The Hub.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
A military buildup in the planning stages for decades. The discussion ongoing, even though not 100% of Guam natives are on board with the idea. Welcome back to Your Decision 2024 election show, The Hub. Now, each candidate will be given 30 seconds each for this round to answer questions. And we'll start with Shelley for this first question. All right, what do you plan to do for Guam's majority population, some who classify them as the middle class?
I am going to focus in building careers and skill sets for our people. I would do policies that will make sure, because I still believe that education is your best policy, and that we need to harness, especially our youth, so they stay here in the island and then they don't go anywhere. We need to have opportunities for them here in Guam. If not, they're all going to leave. Even older population, they leave. So what I'm going to do when I'm a senator is I will create policies to make sure that we protect our businesses here and we create career opportunities and skill sets for our community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator Fisher.
Thank you very much. I guess the thing which worries me most about what's happening to our middle class is being hollowed out on Guam, because housing is just not affordable. People are having to leave, and I think that is the biggest emergency that's coming up for us to face. You can see it all over the island. The kids are gone. People, businesses are having trouble staffing up because people are leaving island. We have to make homes affordable, and the ability to buy a home must be given to the middle class.
Great, and that sets us up actually for our next question, which we'll start with you for that, Senator Fisher. What's the solution that you can come up with to make Guam affordable?
Make Guam affordable. Excellent question. It's market driven, of course. We can't go out and dictate to a grocery store, you must set your price here or there, but I'll follow up on what Shelley was saying. We have to get people good jobs. We have to get good jobs for folks. We have to make housing affordable. We have to make it possible to buy a house in one of our neighborhoods, otherwise people are going to leave. It's an extraordinary dilemma, and the 38th, 39th, and the 40th, and that going forward is going to be dealing with this issue.
Okay.
Mark my words.
Thank you. Shelley?
I echo the sentiment of Senator Fisher. We do need affordable homes here on Guam. And to do that, we need to explore technologies that will drive down the cost of building houses. On another note, I'm going back to the policy that I strongly believe in, which is education. We need to provide skill sets. We have a lot of surplus jobs for professional jobs, engineering, healthcare, economic. What we lack are the manpower to do the job, but if we provide that to our community, the education, then they can have this high-paying job, and the cost of living for them will be alleviated.
Thank you for that response. Next question. There continues to be so much focus on rebuilding Simon Sanchez High School, and rightfully so. But what solution do you suggest to help Guam DOE upgrade and maintain all of its facilities for our children? And we'll start with you, Shelley.
At the bare minimum, I believe that we need to provide our children a conducive environment for learning. My solution there, really, I really wanted to support and push for building and renovating our school system. And I think we need to really be frugal with management of our finances, so that way we can allocate. Every year when we do our budget, we should allocate already a certain amount of funding for renovations and construction.
Thank you. Senator Fisher?
I am concerned about the state of the schools, obviously. I want the schools to be clean, safe, and above all, open. But I'll tell you what has concerned me the most since I've been in the Senate is the fact that kids are missing so many school days. And I've said it so many times. If a child misses a school day, the child will never recover the school day. So my philosophy going through this, Nick, has been this. I'm sorry you got mold in the classroom. I want you to learn the times table. I'm sorry that the air conditioner's not working. I want you to learn the Chamorro language.
Yeah.
That is so important, so important. We cannot afford to miss school days.
Great point.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Well, keep it locked here to your Decision 2024 election show. Time for another break. This is The Hub.
The innovation you've been waiting for is here. Built on the 16X Cheez-It platform, it's the first flavor matrix stable enough to make a Cheez-It tostada possible and cheesy enough to power the Crunch Wrap. Because if you want to change the world, you have to bring something big to the table. Think big.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
A paradise in the Pacific, a hub for America and Asia, the tip of the spear. Guam gets its global recognition, but often it happens when there's a negative spotlight shining our way. Welcome back to your Decision 2024 show, The Hub. Candidates, again, you each will get 30 seconds this round to answer, but this time after hearing a question from a member of our community. It's part of The Hub we call What We Want.
My name is Chris. I'm from Dedido.
And last name, Chris?
Ganda. What are your plans to fix the infrastructure with the island? It's one of my biggest questions right now.
All right, so the question from that voter was, what are your plans to fix the infrastructure on the island? And we'll start with you, Shelley.
Me again. I'm going to go back to being frugal with our budget. And I know that in the last couple of years, we've had a lot of assistance, federal assistance. So I think I commend this administration when they say there's surplus. Perhaps we can use the surplus in fixing our island. And each agency, I believe, should be very frugal in managing their resources, just so there's always a little extra for capital improvements. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Fisher.
Thank you very much. I didn't catch the gentleman's name, but thank you for your question. Capital improvement projects are extraordinarily expensive, and that's what we're talking about here. Extraordinarily expensive, and they don't happen overnight. They happen like 10, 15 years, right? In order to accomplish that, we need revenue. We need revenue, and that's the truth. I admire the fact that Ms. Calvo is a business person, and she is providing, I'm sure you're paying taxes. Yeah, you know, that's the kind of revenue we need. We need to have an open, encouraging environment for business, and that includes the cannabis industry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you both for that. Now we have another question. Let's hear from another voter.
Voltaire Aceron. What can you do to improve the tourism
the Guam government. So it will attract more tourists from other countries.
All right, tourism industry. Senator Fisher, we'll start with you for that question.
How can we encourage the tourism industry? For one thing, the winds that blow across us are generated in the Indo-Pacific region. I think people are still staying home because of the concern they have over Chinese aggression in the Indo-Pacific region. So once we get that system resolved, I think people are going to feel better about spending money, better about traveling, better about coming to a beautiful island that is within 3 hours distance of practically everybody. I admire what the Guam Visitor Bureau has been doing. They are really leaning into it. And again, tourism means revenue, means capital improvement projects.
Yep. Thanks, Senator.
Yes, sir.
Shelley?
I think there are other ways that we can probably explore other than just waiting for the tourists to come here on our island. I'd like to work very well with GBB in that sense. I used to be a director for GBB, and I would like to explore the visa waiver with in the Philippines, but I know that it can take time. So in the meantime, I would like to promote Guam and the shopping experience on Guam, because believe it or not, I have a lot of friends that come here and they would spend $50,000, $100,000 just for a shopping of 3 days.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you both for those responses. We have another viewer that has a question for you. Let's get to that question right now.
Harold J. Pangilinan, and I'm from Dedido Express. What are they going to do for the island of Guam since there's so many problems? That's
Pretty broad general question there from Harold from Dedido. A lot of problems that Harold sees day in and day out. What do you, as candidates for the 38th Guam Legislature, plan to do to address it? We'll start with you, Shelley.
I will definitely work with the heart of our community, definitely work with our mayors and the community, one-on-one with people, and go out there and listen to all the concerns and try my best to support anything that will alleviate the hardships that's being experienced by our community right now. That's what I'm going to do.
Thank you. Senator Fisher?
Thank you for that, Mr. Pangilinan. Guam has a lot of problems, and I think the only fair answer to that is in the Senate we'll keep banging away at it to try and resolve problems that arise in Guam as crime, economy, poverty, impossible to buy a house, school, the whole 9 yards. We're just going to have to keep banging away from it. And, you know, we're asking for a seat, Nick, to be in the legislature. And if we fail, and I bet you Shelley would agree with this, if we fail, don't reelect us. And that goes for everybody in the legislature. Give us the boot. But, you know, we just got to keep banging away at it, right?
Yeah. Thank you both for your responses to the questions from our community members. Let's keep the energy up and the questions coming. These candidates get a final round here on The Hub when we return.
Something is calling, and I can't help it. Let's don't belong when there ain't no soul. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when I make a move. Watch me as I go. This is my mood when let's take a break. There's no use. This is my mood when I make a move. This is my mood when
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, We work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
School is just around the corner, and there are over 600 foster children in need of school supplies. KUAM Care Force is partnering with Harvest House to host their annual Back to School donation drive. You can participate by visiting the designated donation boxes at Kmart. Just purchase a backpack and fill it up with school supplies to place in the designated boxes. Last day to donate is Thursday, July 25th. A special thanks to our community partners, Kmart, your 24-hour superstore, and Ohima Medical Guam. Call them at 671-646-1440 to schedule your students' back-to-school physicals.
Elected to make and change laws that govern what you do. This is your Decision 2024 election show, The Hub. We want to thank the candidates here for joining us today, and let's get to another question. Again, each candidate for this one, you will get 30 seconds to respond. So your question, what do you believe is important to ensure the public has confidence in the three branches of government, and what will you do to avoid undermining public input and feedback? And we'll start with Senator Fisher.
Yeah, boy, is that a good question, particularly in this day and age. We actually had a senator in the Guam legislature go forward and say that she believed that the Supreme Court of Guam was biased. That set me off. We cannot attack the pillars of government and expect people to have faith in it. It's a good government. We do good things and we make errors. But respect for the legislature, respect for the executive branch, and respect for the judiciary is key to the survival of Guam as a democracy. Respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Shelley?
I echo what Senator Fisher mentioned, that respect to the three branches is it's imperative. And I think it's really just basically common courtesy and keeping an open communication and working together. It will be the key to solve many of the issues, because if we are deaf to what others would say, then definitely you're not going to solve anything, because you're just not going to listen. So open communication is really very important, and really the respect and how you communicate with each other is very important too.
Thank you. All right, now candidates, it's your time to shine. Each of you will now get 60 seconds here on the Hub to speak to the voters, so make it count. And Shelley, we'll start with you for this one. You can look into that camera right there.
Have a day once again. This is Shelley Calvo, number 14. On the Republican side of the ballot, I humbly ask for your support and for your vote this coming election. And I promise you that I will work very hard, and I would listen to everyone's concern, and in my human capacity, I will make sure that I support bills that makes sound and sensible solutions for our community. And I truly care for our community. I truly care for our people. So please give me a chance and give me one of your votes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Senator Fisher.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Shelley. It's been a real pleasure.
Mine too.
Yes, well, thank you. I began this segment or this show by saying a little bit about what I believe and why I'm asking for a vote. And I told you a little bit about my strong beliefs about reproductive health freedom. I believe that everybody has the right of privacy in their own body. Neighbors are not here to tell you what to do. I very strongly believe in that, and I also very strongly believe in the community's obligation to take care of the vulnerable in this community. And right now, specifically, I am talking about mothers and young people. I cannot emphasize enough that we have the highest maternal mortality rate in the nation. Guam has the highest maternal mortality rate. We're finally starting to do something about that. With other senators, we've got this doula bill going out there. Just do what we can to address that problem. In the future, going forward, I hope to address more issues such as HPV vaccinations and so forth. So I'm asking for one of your votes, and that's why I'm running. Thank you.
Senator Fisher, Shelley Calvo, thank you so much both for your time. The voters will have more time to hear from you as candidates in the weeks ahead, and we'll see you at the polls on August 3rd. And you can also make it count by hitting the polls again. The primary is on August 3rd. Catch us here on the Hub next Wednesday to hear from more of your senatorial candidates. I'm Nick Delgado. Remember, you can always visit KUAM.com for all your election coverage. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.